Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some TikTok trolling. The search topic today is men talking through it. I don't know, I just threw some words together and said, let's see what kind of shit TikTok has. I mean, it is a huge, huge network, and it's almost like Google. You just find anything on there. So yeah, let's get into it, and I hope you enjoy.
If you're a boy and you ever plan on being physically intimate with a girl, then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to teach you all of the tips on how to make sure your girl has a good time. And these tips are all coming from a girl, so trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Red flag. She might know what she's talking about for herself. She might know what she's talking about for her age group, but she does not know what she's talking about for all women. Now, what she's about to say, all women would agree is great, but how she says it, this is where we need to be clear on what she's actually saying. She's saying that because she's a woman, she's an expert on what women want. That's not true. I'm a man, doesn't mean I'm an expert on what men want. There's a lot of men out there that want shit that I don't want.
Number one, foreplay.
Foreplay.
Guys, this is not an optional step that you can skip.
Red flag. Yes, it is. And here's why. I'm not responsible for my woman getting ready. If we're in bed and she's not ready for sex, well, where's that my responsibility? Why do I have to get her ready? Why do I have to warm up the engine? She ain't warming up mine. I mean, I'm being dead serious on this. Is where did a woman's body become a man's responsibility? I mean, this is 2025, so I think everybody knows what that's relating to. Why am I responsible for revving it up? Why am I responsible for getting that thing warmed up? I'm not. Women, you're just being lazy. You want this shit to happen, get warmed up. Am I not enough as I am? When I come home, when I go to work, if you have to go to work, whatever, we're just talking about me though. If I have to go to work, if I have to do all this stuff for you, if I'm treating you good, if I'm being respectful, if I'm being a good man, and when we go to bed after a hard day's work and all the chores I got to do, then I now have to work on you for another hour. Where's the benefit in that? You had all day. Don't you love me? Because I love you enough that I'm ready to go. But you don't love me enough that you ain't ready to go? That I've now got to spend extra time when I've just spent an entire day working to pay for the bills? Doesn't make any sense. No, women, we are not responsible to get your engine warm. How am I responsible for you being ready to go? You haven't sold it to us. Here's what you said. You said, if you want some of this the right way, you're going to have to spend some extra time to get it ready. That's not appealing. It's not. You've got to sell the package right. You got to sell it to people like us. You've got to get yourselves ready.
Play is getting a girl in the mood by being really physically affectionate with her, talking her through it, and not just diving into doing the deed.
Talking her through what? What can we tell a woman that she doesn't already know? Women, you're smarter than us. You're more compassionate than us. You're more empathetic than us. You're less abusive than us. This is what you all say. Men are pigs, men are shit, men are nothing. You could live without us, but for some reason, we need to talk you through what? How your body works? How I'm sitting here tired as hell, just wanting, having a little affection with my woman, and now I've got to punch the clock, start working again?
Number two, go slow. Guys are always in a rush for some reason. This is supposed to be a good experience for both parties involved.
This I will fully 100% agree with. When I was younger, I could last forever, but I wasn't slow. So there's a difference between going for an hour and being slow. It's not the same thing. There's a difference between stamina and compassion. And this is 100% I agree on. Men, calm it down. You're getting it. You're there. You won the prize. Take your time with it. You don't have to sit there and spend 5 hours on it. And you don't have to go at glacier speed. You don't have to go at, land tortoise speed, but you do need to slow it down. If you did slow it down, actually, her step one might become more apparent to you. You might actually discover and explore and find that you do like it slow. And foreplay is kind of like that. Foreplay is everything before the penetration. Look at foreplay like that. You might find you like the slow. Just you don't know how to do it.
And that includes the girl. Ask her what she likes, because then you're putting the ball in her court.
Talk to her. talk. You know why most people are incompatible with sex? Because they just don't talk about it. They get in there and think, oh, okay, I got this body part and you got this body part, and oh, well, shit, that's how it fits. No, it's sex is like 95% here and 5% down there.
And last but certainly not
This is
least,
a fun one.
you need to be a pro at aftercare if you're hooking up with a girl.
Wait.
I've made a million videos on this already, but I can make
She's an
another
expert.
one. Make sure your girl is taken care of after the deed, and you're getting her anything she needs and being affectionate with her.
Red flag. Anything she needs, where am I at? Where am I at in all this? First of all, I'm having to come in, and let's say I did step 1 and step 2. I did it to like, the woman is talking in tongues, right? So at the end, she's laying there like she just got beat up by the ancient Roman army, and her spine is on the other wall, and yeah. Now I've got to give her anything she needs. I gave her everything she needed. You done one. So I worked all day, done some chores. Watched a little telly, gaming, whatever. Went to bed. Now I got to spend a little extra time on the foreplay. So we got half an hour, 45 minutes. Let's say 15. Let's just go 15. Let's go low numbers, 15. Then I got to go slow, which is another 30 minutes to an hour or more, which is fine. You know, nothing wrong with that. It's not a marathon. I mean, it is a marathon. It doesn't have to be a sprint. But then at the third thing, then I got to get up and start getting her a Coke. Why? I've literally done everything in my life exactly how she needed it so I could be a good protector and provider. Now, why do I got to go get her a damn Coke? No, I'm not doing that. No. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up. I'm going to clean myself off. Throw a roll of tissue paper at her. Say, clean yourself up. Let's go downstairs and make a grilled cheese sandwich. I'd make her a grilled cheese sandwich. That's the kind of aftercare I'd do. It's like, we're going to have some grilled cheese. We're going to have some chips or crisps. That shit and some ketchup or whatever. We're just going to have a day. We're done. I'm spent. I need a snack. That's aftercare. So yeah, her, no. She's not an expert on women. She's an expert on herself. Young women might be like this. But I'll tell you about the foreplay part. Foreplay part actually brings up, I think, a more nuanced psychological aspect, and that is that young women don't fully know their bodies yet. They haven't fully explored it. A lot of them could be very scared about everything from orgasms to different kind of sexual positions to whatever. And that's fine. That's absolutely normal. But it needs to be identified. It needs to be addressed. It needs to be talked about. But I think foreplay came around because young women don't know their bodies. And I'm not talking about like in the past where women were forced to have sex with their husbands and marital rape and all this. That's some crazy shit right there. And we're not discussing that. But I think foreplay in the modern age has come around because young ladies don't necessarily know their bodies. Just because a young man, and let's talk about all these 3 steps. A young man has an orgasm, does that mean he knows his body? No, it does not. I mean, he knows how to get to the end of the race, but he doesn't know how to run the race properly. He just, and then, okay, well, that's not knowing your body, young men. A lot of young men don't know that they might actually like this or like this kink or this fet or whatever. They don't understand it. So I think foreplay came around because young women especially don't know their body. Like I'm older, I'm in my early 50s, and ladies my age, younger, maybe 35 and over, they know how to get the business done. They know how to do what they need to do. And it still can be fun, and we can still have a good time. It could be quick, it could be long. So yeah, you really have to be a grown up to be able to not see this as truth. This isn't true. There's a whole lot of shit in there that is based on age, based on experience. It's just not fact. Number two, I fully agreed with her 100%. Me and her row in the same boat in the same direction. But 1 and 3, nope. Not the way she has presented it. All right. So, all right. I think we've done with this.
If you guys want a part 2 on this, just let me know. We need to normalize talking about this type of thing.
We do, but she's not talking to us. This is not what she's doing. She's talking at us. But this is not a conversation. This is her saying, hey, if you want more of my shitty advice, by all means, I've done 1 million videos, but I'll do another. It's like, well, if you can't get your point across in 1 million videos, maybe you should stop doing it. All right, here we go with another one. Two guys talking.
Guys,
I don't talk.
See, what do you say during sex? Guys,
I don't talk.
See, So I don't talk either.
I kind of
But
don't
I've
either.
been told that guys should talk.
I always call that prison sex.
I've been told that too.
Yeah, and it's like,
I just don't say a
what do
word.
you
I'm
want
just
us to
quiet.
say? Girls that want guys to talk to us, like, what should we say?
Like, do you want me to be like? I feel like cringy talking though. It's
So
like,
see, I think that I can't take mistakes. What do you want me to be like? Fuck, you're hot. Like, I want to fuck you. Shit like that. Like, it's crazy to me.
yeah.
You know?
It's like, yeah, no, I don't know what to say. I was like, right there, right there.
Yeah, like right there, right there. Like, I don't know. Like, what do you, maybe like, because I want to feel sexy saying
Yeah,
it.
I don't feel sexy.
But I don't, but for some reason,
Remember that point.
I don't think it's an insecurity thing. Like, I don't think I'm ugly, but I don't think I ever feel proper sexy.
Remember that point.
What does it feel like to feel sexy?
Like, I want to lay on the bed on my side with like one hand up and just feel like feel like a queen.
I want you to paint me like one of your French boys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Two things happened here that I want you all to pay attention to. The first one is those guys were very honest about their insecurity. They even pointed it out that they were insecure, like they feel embarrassed and they don't know what to say. They want to feel sexy when they say it, and if they say it and if they don't feel sexy or they say something stupid, they're going to feel not sexy and they'll ruin the mood. The second thing is what didn't happen. What didn't happen is not one single time did you see these men bash on the women. You didn't see these men say, "Why do I need to do that? I don't want to do that. Women are just stupid." They don't. Not one time did they say it. With the amount of videos that are out here about women just absolutely just putting the fault on men. Everything's about the man being wrong, the man being wrong, the man being wrong. You see this change in masculinity when it comes to feminism. So women have become more masculine, and like these gentlemen have become more feminine. But I like what they're saying because they're being honest and they're being straightforward. But not once did they blame a woman. Not one damn time. So that needs to be pointed out, women. It's like, you got to stop casting blame. You got to take responsibility for your shit.
What he means when he says these things, all right? What it really means when a man says these phrases, gestures,
I'll tell you,
one-liners
that's right.
that, he says to you. Ladies, listen up, pay close attention. Number one, when he says, "Oh, or "Oh, okay." A lot of times, oftentimes than not, when a man really says that in a text message, that means that he not really trying to continue the conversation any further. You know what I mean?
He doesn't have anything to
Like,
say.
He's giving you that one-liner, that two-word one-liner. Like, he nonchalant. He ain't really caring to continue on the conversation.
He's done. Ain't got nothing to say
Number
about
two,
it.
when a man texts you and says, "Oh, okay. All right, well, when's the next time we can link up, or when's the next time we can hang out?" That means he really wants to see you again. You know what I mean?
It does.
Like, or if y'all couldn't hang out, you know what I mean, whatever, and he says, "Hey, let's take a rain check. When's the next time we can hang out?" That means he really persistent on wanting to hang out with you.
Yeah,
Right.
it's true.
And number three, when a man texts you and says, "We'll see," or maybe, probably, whatever, that just means that he's not really that interested in hanging out with you. He's not really that interested in taking anything further. It's a vague enough response for you to, wonder and ponder in your mind what he's feeling.
Actually, that part I don't know about. I don't know that because I don't talk like that. I don't use those words. I don't say "we'll see." I give definitive answers. If a man's doing that, if he's saying "we'll see," then you just wrote back, "All right, we will see," and then just leave it. That's my suggestion to you, women. Man does that, like man or woman. If they're ambiguous, if they're not clear, make them. Here's a rule. Okay, we're gonna mandemic, like top 10 rules kind of shit. One of the huge big rules in my life is make them say it. If you ask a man or a man asks a woman that this person you really like and you want to see him again, they say "we'll see." Said, what does that mean? Make them say. What does that mean? So, well, I'm not sure. Make them say the words out loud. It becomes tangible. It becomes a real thing that you could sink your teeth into. It does not mean you're trying to trap them or anything. But if they're being ambiguous, if you know in your head if something ain't right, like I don't got all the information, or I don't have the information I need, or he did not answer the question I just asked, make them say it out loud. Because then basically they've signed that document. They've said what they've said, and that's that. If they don't, this is where ambiguity comes in. This is where problems and fighting. This is where people are talking, but they're not communicating. "We'll see" is not communication, just talking. Remember this. Make them say it. Make them say it.
feeling, but he ain't really feeling on that. He not about to act on that. He not really that into seeing you again.
Yeah, I can't speak for that. I can't speak for that. This one's cute. This one I like. And I'll explain why this is very important. I hope you guys watch this and even find it and like it and watch it again. And I'll tell you why. This is very important here. She obviously has panic attacks or can't have a panic attack because of public spaces. Look at him and look at her.
Don't get stressed. Don't get stressed about it. No happiness.
That's just beautiful. Here's what he did. He paid attention to her. He knew what was going on. They both have obviously communicated about this in the past. And he is hyper aware that he is not there for himself. He's there for her and for himself. Those two very much, at least on this part of their relationship, as far as two human beings, they're very aware of this condition, this situation with her. And he's staying with her in the moment. He's focusing on her. Now, this can be happening with anything. You don't always have to be up you don't always have to be up your partner's ass to really understand the feelings of your partner. Not every single one of them, but if a partner has a problem, that man is there because they're a couple. That man is there for her. Okay, I see it far too often, especially in these TikToks, whenever these women acting up and these men acting up and saying, "Well, he's acting up, so I'm just gonna go this way, and I'm just gonna go that way." No, you need to communicate, and that ain't just talking. I said this in some of my other videos. A Chinese man talking to an Italian man, Chinese man's talking Mandarin, Italian man's talking Italian. They're talking to each other, but there's no communication, and you see that in these TikTok videos. Tons of talking, no communication. That's communication right there. That's that man being fully involved in that woman's issue and helping her along with it. I love that. That's how everybody should be with the partner that they love. Always just be aware. You don't have to always be involved or up their butts, but you have to be aware of them, aware of their current. And if you don't know what it is, but you know something's wrong, right? Ask them. Say, I need you to tell me out loud. Like I said just earlier, I need you to verbalize what is going on. And expect whatever they say. It might not always be right. It might not be correct. It might be confusing, but communicate, work it out.
What do men talk about when they're alone?
So I asked a man, and he said this. When men who are good friends see each other after an appreciable period of time, one of them says, "How have you been?" The other says, "Well, you know." And then there's a pause, as life leaves his eyes for a variable number of seconds, and he stares dejectedly into the distance, and the air becomes heavy with a sorrow unspoken for fear of being judged weak. Then he says, "I've been okay, fine, all right, pretty good," or "can't complain." Then he says, "How about you?" and the process repeats. Then they proceed to talk about whatever thing they are both nerdy about. Star Wars, sports, gaming, etc. The focus is on the speciality of whoever's pause was longer.
I don't know about that whole pause thing, but she's not wrong. I'm very much open about my everything. I don't care. I don't care that people know. However, when I'm talking to my guy friends, they do ask how you're doing. I haven't talked to them in a while. I usually don't bring up my business. I don't bring up the shit I don't want people knowing about me. It's weird how it is. Like if I, for example, like if I knew a friend of mine, a male friend, or even a female friend, but let's talk about men. So if I knew a male friend was having problems mentally, like they were going through anxiety or depression, and I would talk to them about it. I would tell them, I would be fully upfront and transparent that I've got this problem too. But if I hadn't seen this guy in a while, I don't know that he's going through this at all, and he doesn't tell me, he doesn't give me an indication that he is, I would never bring my shit up. No, because I don't need to burden him with that. I don't, in fact, I don't want to talk to him about it. Because chances are, I mean, me especially, I'm already talking to someone else, like someone that gets paid to hear my advice, or to hear my problems. He gets paid to give me advice, or she. But no, I wouldn't do that to my friend. I don't dump on my friends. Women seem to do that, and for them, it's not really dumping. For them, that's how they communicate, and they're more empathetic, and they can bring up their emotions a lot easier, which is absolutely fine. It's what they can do, but men don't. I just won't. I will do the rest of it. I will talk about Star Wars and gaming and shit. I will talk about going to the gym or whatever. I'll do all that in a second. But no, I'm just not gonna air my dirties for no reason. No, that's not man conversation.
how men, you will ask men how their day was. They will tell you fine. And then 2 hours later, they will tell you the most insane story.
This is so true. I can't tell you how many times my wife has asked me about my day, and I'll tell her, and I think I've told her everything. I think I've covered all the bases. And then she'll be like, wait a minute, are you bleeding? And I'm like, shoot, what? Oh, that's right. I fell down the stairs and cut my knee open. I completely forgot. I was wondering why my leg was shaking. I don't know why we're like this. It's gotten to the point where I will text my wife things as they happen at work, and I'll be like, babe, I got some tea for you tonight. Because on the one hand, I know she likes that, but on the other hand, I know I'll forget. I'll get home and she'll be like, babe, spill the tea, spill the tea. And I'm like, spill the tea? What are you... Oh, I got kidnapped.
Men don't default in a conversation. It's not what we do. We don't just naturally want to start chatting about shit. That's not what we do. So yeah, unless there's something big that happened at work and we decide to talk about it, then it'll be on the top of our head. But otherwise, no, it's like this. It's like, okay, look at it like you know, when you watch sports on TV and then afterwards they have all the recaps and they have all the best plays and stuff. I hated that. I didn't need to see it because I just watched the game. Now you're going to go through the highlights. I don't want to see the highlights. I just watched the game. I'm done with the game. Game's over with. Have my chicken wings. I'm done. It's kind of like this. I've gone through a day, and unless there's nothing exciting happened, I don't want to go through it again. I don't want to talk to you about it. I can give a shit. I don't care. I will give you the highlights because you haven't seen my day, but that's only if there's highlights to give. But him, he's just like, oh yeah, I was kidnapped. I have done that where I've said I want to talk about something and I got home there. What do you want to talk about? I'm like, I don't want to fucking talk about shit. What do you want to talk about? I don't want to talk about anything.
I'm pretty sure that's why Jesus told the women that he came back from the dead first instead of telling the men. Because the men would have been like,
what's your day, Peter? Good? What was good about it? Caught some fish? You know. So it's a good day when you catch some fish? Cool. Oh, also, saw Jesus. Wait, what? Yeah, so he's back, apparently, from the dead. So I'm pretty sure that's probably a big deal. I believe a big deal. That's huge. We have to tell everyone. We need to tell everybody. You know what? Now that you mention it, I'm pretty sure he said that. I just forgot. Peter!
That's a good place for the end. That's great. That's absolutely brilliant. Thank you all very much. Subscribe, like. I'm going to start putting some stuff on TikTok. Why don't you go check out my Discord server? It's in the link below, as well as my Twitch. I come on there at least once a week, mess about and talk maybe on a Saturday morning or whatever. Thanks again for joining, and hit the likes and subscribe. Leave some comments, man. Share it if you like what I'm saying. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye.